Today we talk about Elekid. Its previous BYC dates are October 22nd, 1996, August 13th, 1999, June 3rd, 2002, March 24th, 2005, January 13th, 2008, November 3rd, 2010, August 24th, 2013, June 14th, 2016, April 5th, 2019, and January 24th, 2022. Elekid has a ridiculous design. The electric plug prongs make little sense given what it turns into in its evolution. But it does certainly make it clear that this is an electric-type Pokemon. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Elekid, the electric Pokemon, whose number is 0239. This is what it looks like. Its type is electric. Ability, static, and vital spirits is hidden ability. Gender ratio, 75% male and 25% female. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is a group. No eggs discovered. Hatch time 25 cycles. Height is 2 foot or 0.6 meters. Weight is 51.8 pounds or 23.5 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 106 in Gen 2 through 4 and 72 in 5 plus. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 1 and speed. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokédex color is yellow and base friendship is 70. Elekid is an electric type baby Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves into Electabuzz starting at level 30, which evolves into Electivire when traded holding an Electorizer. Biology: Elekid is a yellow, brown-bodied Pokemon with black stripes. Elekid's arms are bulky in proportion to its body, and it has 3 claws instead of fingers. It has 2 stripes on its arms, which wrap all the way around. There are 2 horns on top of its head, which resemble the prongs of a power plug, complete with holes in their sides. These horns glow bluish-white when Elekid is fully charged. Elekid has a black lightning bolt marking on its chest. 2 rows of stripes are near the marking, with the pattern continuing around its lower back. Its legs are black, and its feet are rounded and toeless. Elekid tends to become restless and full-on rowdy when it hears the sound of thunderstorm coming. Should be a thunderstorm coming. And likes to play out in the middle of thunderstorms. It can generate electricity by rotating its arms, but it tires easily and can only charge a small amount. Elekid cannot store the electricity it generates, so it prefers to break into the houses of humans in order to consume electricity from their electrical outlets. It lives in the grasslands. Evolution: Elekid evolves into Electabuzz, which evolves into Electivire. So Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire. Game data, Pokédex entries. In Gen 2 Gold, it rotates its arms to generate electricity, but it tires easily, so it charges up only a little bit. Silver: even in the most vicious storm, this Pokemon plays happily if thunder rumbles in the sky. Crystal: it loves violent thunder. The space between its horns flickers bluish-white when it is charging energy. For Pokemon Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, and Crystal Sword, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow Sword, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Elekid stores electricity in its body. If it touches metal and accidentally discharges all its built-up electricity, this Pokemon begins swinging its arms in circles to recharge itself. Emerald: if it touches metal and discharges the electricity it has stored in its body, an Elekid begins swinging its arms in circles to recharge itself. Fire Red is the Silver entry and Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl, it generates electricity by whirling its arms, however, it can't store the energy it makes. Platinum: a weak electric current flows between its horns. Sticking a hand there shocks the unwary. Heart Gold is its gold counterpart. Soul Silver is basically silvers, but Pokemon is now the correct casing. In Gen 5, Black and White is the Platinum entry, Black 2 and White 2. Spinning its arms around to generate electricity makes the area between its horns shine light blue. In Gen 6, X is the Diamond and Pearl entry, Y is the Black 2 and White 2 entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Elekid and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 7 and Sun, when it's in a house, electrical outlets serve as its baby bottles. It sucks down electricity. Moon: this Pokemon is constantly fighting with Togedemaru that try to steal its electricity. It's a pretty even match. Ultra Sun: when it hears the crash of thunder, Elekid's mood improves. It can be useful to record that sound and play it when Elekid's feeling down. Aww. Ultra Moon: when its horns shine a bluish white, that's the sign it's fully charged. You'll get a shocking jolt if you touch it. In Gen 8 and Sword, when a storm approaches, this Pokemon gets restless. Once Elekid hears the sound of thunder, it gets full-on rowdy. Shield: it's not good at storing electricity yet. This Pokemon sneaks into people's homes, looking for electrical outlets to eat electricity from. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl is a Diamond Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus: they generate electricity by spinning their arms during a thunderstorm. If one hears the lively voices of children out in the wilderness, what one is actually hearing are the voices of Elekid. In Gen 9, Scarlet is basically crystals, but bluish and white are now 2 words instead of a single word with a hyphen. Violet is the Gold entries and Leaf Green's entry. Elekid in the Alola Pokedex and Elekid in the Blueberry Pokedex. So in this cave with all these bunch of electric webs and stuff. That's fun. You can see it charging up electricity. That's kind of fun to see. Game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items and diamond, you get the Electrolyzer 50% of the time, and Pearl, you get the Electrolyzer 5% of the time. That's wildly unfair. Okay. yeah, that's interesting. Pokewalker, you get Tomato Berry in the Amity Meadow 100% of the time. And Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, you get the Electrizer 5% of the time. Sword and Shield, you get the Electrizer with the expansion pass 5% of the time. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, you get the Electrizer 5% of the time. Legends Arceus, normal, you get the Cherry Berry 35% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn, 15% of the time. Grid items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy S, 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery, 10% of the time. Grid items by level. Stats, base stats, HP 45, Attack 63, Defense 37, Special Attack 65, Special Defense 55, Speed 95 for a total of 360. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, poison, rock, bug, ghost, fire, water, grass, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to ground for double, immune to nothing. Resistant to flying, steel, and electric for half. Learn set by leveling up. 1 quick attack and leer, 4 thunder shock, 8 charge, 12 swift, 16 shockwave, 20 thunder wave, 24 Screech, 28 Thunder Punch, 32 Discharge, 36 Low Kick, 40 Thunderbolt, 44 Light Screen, and 48 Thunder. By TM we're skipping, by breeding we're skipping, side gain data, okay, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Almi in the browser entry. It attacks by launching electrified orbs in Guardian signs. It creates waves of electricity around it that make Pokemon stopped. You got all this, okay. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure in the Pokepark pad entry. Elekid came to the Haunted Zone to explore the haunted house. He's shockingly good at Rotom Spooky Shoot 'em Up. And all this. Costumes in Pokemon Go. Spark-themed accessory. Can't really see it very well, but it's right there on its arm. Evolution data. Elekid evolves into Electabuzz, starting at level 30, which evolves into Electivire when traded while holding an Electorizer. Electabuzz cannot evolve into Electivire in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, as Electivire is not present in those games. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, Electabuzz evolves into Electivire when exposed to an Electorizer. Elekid, level 30, Electabuzz, traded while holding an Electorizer. Electivire, then I guess you could breed them. You probably could breed that one with that one too. Sprites here. So, okay. Not too different. I mean, it's got the basics. A little bit different in the plug. A little bit almost like wonky plugs, but maybe that was the original idea. They weren't maybe supposed to be that straight. But yeah, I mean, they're both basically just the yellows we'd see probably throughout its lifetime, so that's interesting. The lightning bolt's probably a little bit different. So yeah, that's like this one now. They kind of swapped them, the shiny and the not shiny. Now it's more straight for the plug. Fingers, well, same amount of fingers, same amount of stripes. Yep. Really not much changes. Yeah, full, yeah, okay, yep. It's good, yes. Full back sprites here. Yeah, pretty much the same. Then we got the models, so it kind of goes back to the lighter yellow, and this kind of yellow, I guess, kind of keeps that. Yep. Pretty good models. You know, not great, but, you know, the best they probably could do. Then we got much better models in this game. Oh, that is weirdly artificial looking. Never mind, maybe these aren't the best models. These are better, I guess. These look more natural, I guess. Like they're actually maybe horns. These are just, like, straight up just, they model the plug and then they put this, Pokemon on top of that. That's not great. Home, these are a little bit better. Other sprites. Pokemon Gold and Silver credit sprite, so it's blue. That's interesting. An animation. Elekid and Pokemon Journeys the series. Paul's Elekid, I guess, is the big one. Okay. An Elekid egg in Pokemon the series, Gold and Silver. That's kind of fun. See it. Kind of looks more like its evolution with the lines. It's interesting. Elekid prongs in a drawing. That's cool. Got all this. Pokedex entries in episode 261 in Ash's Pokedex. Elekid, the electric Pokemon. Elekid is the evolved form of Electabuzz. It generates electricity by spinning its arms. Good thing here. Incorrect, should have said pre-evolved form. In Advanced Generations, episode 154, Maze Pokedex. Elekid, the electric Pokemon. It spins its arms to create a powerful electric charge. Diamond and Pearl, episode 3, in Dawn's Pokedex. Elekid, the electric Pokemon. Elekid waves its arms to produce a strong electrical charge and gains strength when lightning is present. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 137, in Ash's Pokedex. Elekid, the electric Pokemon. Elekid's weak spot is between its horns, but the electric current that runs there can shock the unwary. Kind of these in the manga. Elekid and Pokemon Adventures. Okay, got all this, the TCG and the TFG. Trivia, we basically read all of these points in this sub-point in the Electabuzz video. But the main difference between this one would be the Elekid and Magby being countered instead of Electabuzz and Magmar. Origin, Elekid is the baby form of Electabuzz, and as such, it is a baby Oni, a Japanese ogre. Its antennas seem to be based on American and Japanese AC power plugs. There's a lightning symbol on its belly indicating its electric abilities. Elekid's way of charging, which is spinning its arms, works like electric generator, which converts mechanical energy into electric power. I think it's supposed to be an electric generator. Name origin, Elekid may be a combination of electric, or Eleki, electric, and kid. In other languages, the also external links to the baby Pokemon. Let's move on. Now let's watch Elekid's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pikachu's rescue adventure. In this short, while taking a break from their journeys, Ash and friends have taken a nap, and they've let their Pokemon, be out of their Pokeballs to enjoy the nice day and stuff. And Togepi has fallen down a hole, which has led Pikachu and the rest of these guys, to follow, Togepi. So they fell into this world, and have fallen into this kind of tree area, and they're about to be greeted by an Elekid. There's the Elekid. When I say that's Elekid's first scene in the anime, let's move on. Now let's see why people love Elekid. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. The question is, what do you love about Elekid? And Pokemon Master Ash K 2080 on 8TV has responded, "Hi, can we be friends?" If you're asking Elekid if they can be friends with you, this is not the correct way to go about it. You're gonna have to play the Pokemon games and level up their friendship to become friends with them. You'll catch an Elekid, of course, or breed it and get the Elekid, and then become friends with them. If you're asking me personally, well, I know a lot of YouTubers might be like, yeah, of course we could be friends, and I'm not doing that. I don't know who you are. Friendships online work differently than they do in real life. You can't just ask someone to be a friend and they be friends. You have to interact with people and form a platonic relationship, based on interests and activities together. You're a stranger to me, so I have to say no. I won't be actively mean to you if you respond to these or comment, all of that. Hopefully you'll understand. And we'll move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Now we're set in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain an Elekid. This is Elekid 2013 by Twarda8, so presumably it's an image from 2013 of this cool looking Elekid here, finding its hands on the ground, probably taking the electromagnetic energy from the ground and sparking it up there, or maybe it's discharging it into the ground. I don't know. It's pretty cool. We got Elekid, Electabuzz, and Electivire by Hiftran. So yeah, Elekid, Electabuzz, and Electivire. So Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire. It's cool looking art here. Almost kind of feels like official art, but of maybe this era, but probably isn't. It's obviously not. Yeah, very good. Elekid's Family 2 by Darkrai Lady. So you've got, Elekid, Electabuzz, and Electivire. It's very cool. Well done. I think it's just the official images down in there. A little bit, kind of this shaded style. And then we got Electabuzz Family by Zero-Chan, 923,600. So they're a very stylized family here. I'm just like, I guess they're fighting, I guess. Like Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire. This doesn't contain Elekid, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I've talked about Miltank at the earliest to get the odd egg in Pokemon Crystal to potentially get an Elekid, which I already passed, as I don't have room in my party, since eggs, at least in Gen 2, are considered Pokemon instead of items, meaning they take up a party slot. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Magby. As always, this is my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.